so let's get started. So I have the bar bars. I think they're 2 or 3 pounds. I can't actually remember. But we're just going to start with soft knees. You could even use water bottles or anything else, or nothing at all. I'm going to inhale and exhale. We're going to step out with that right foot and then glide that left arm around, keeping that elbow bent. And then we're going to switch. So it's like a little elbow bent, reaching, little rotation through those ribs. Sit back in to that hip as you step out. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, center. And center. And center. And center, 3. And center, 2. And center, last 1. And center. Stepping into that kind of pigeon-toed stance. Sit into those hips. And we're going to step back. And then we're going to come back to that pigeon-toed. So as you rotate out, you're going to step out, rotating out through that foot, coming back into that pigeon-toed, sitting into that hip. Step out, sit. Step back, sit. Step out, sit. Step back, sit. Step out and back. Out and back. Gliding back into the back of those sit bones and back. Mobilizing deep in the hip joint here. And back, 2. And back, last 1. And back. Coming up. Now we're going to use the arms as we drive back into those hips. So we're going to start, you're going to tap back with that right foot. And then we're going to drive forward with the right arm and back with the left arm. Step back. So triceps alive on that left arm as we're bringing that pinky back behind you and up. Come out to the side so you can see. Reach back. Drive up. Sit back into that left hip. Drive up. Long, straight spine. If this is too much with the weights, do it without the weights or make the distance shorter. And up. A lot of shoulder stability. Last 1. And up. Then we're going to switch over onto the other side. We're going to sit back into that right hip. Drive back with that right arm. Reaching up. And up. Tap back. And up. So we're driving back into that right hip, keeping that spine long, core engaged. Tap back, reach, drive in, 3 more. Drive in and 2, drive in, last 1, driving in. We're going to come into heels together, toes turned out. So we're turned out from the hip right now. Bringing the weights up to the center of your chest. Step out with that right foot. Coming into that plie squat. Inhale, lower. Reach those weights down. Pull them up. Glide in. And again, stepping out that same leg. Lower, draw up, glide in. Step out. Lower, pulling those weights up. In. Step out. Inhale, lower. Pulling up to come in. Step out. Inhale, lower. Driving up. Step out. Inhale, lower. And now we're going to hold here. We're going to go alternating arm reach with heel lift. And draw in. And draw in. So your spine is staying completely still. Draw in. Draw in. 4, 3. Sitting back into the back of those sit bones. 2. Last 1, controlling from our core. Slide that heel in, and then we're going to go over onto the other side. Inhale, lower, pulling those weights up. Think pulling them up from those leg muscles and your core muscles. Lower down, press into those heels, gliding up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, driving up. 4, and 3, and 2. Inhale, lower, driving up. Last 1. Inhale, lower, exhale, driving up. Stepping out Inhale, lower down, driving those knees out, sitting into those hips. Come as low as you can, keep that control. Alternating reach from those deep core muscles. And exhale. 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 Getting lower if it feels good. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Driving up, sliding in. Bring the weights down. We're just doing a few quick roll downs. So soft knees. Use those weights to kind of assist. Think starting from that upper and mid back. Roll down slowly through that spine. If this is uncomfortable at all, ditch the weights. Take a nice deep breath in. Arms heavy, head, neck relaxed. Exhale. Round up through that spine. One vertebrae at a time. And again, soft knees. Inhale. Exhale. Curl down through that spine. All the way down. Relax that head and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. One vertebrae at a time. Stack that spine up tall. Coming all the way up. Stepping to the top of your mat so we've got some space to come back behind you. We're going to start grounded on that right leg. We're going to tap that left foot back, sit back into that hip. Press those weights back. And then we're going to do a little lift. Lower, draw in. Press back, little lift. Lower, draw those weights in. Elbow joint moving. Lift, keeping our shoulders steady, draw in. Press back, reach long through that left leg, draw in. Really sit back into that right hip, keep that right knee bent. You'll feel more in those glutes. Drawing in, 2 more. Press back, reach, tap, draw in. Last one. Abdominals lift, tap, draw in. Coming up, we're going to switch. Drive back into that left hip. Really strong through that left leg. Lift, tap, and curl. Press back, lift, tap, and curl. Press back, straight long spine. Lift, tap, and curl. Press back, lift, tap, and curl. 3 more. Press back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and curl. 2 more. Press back, lift, lower, and curl. Last one. Press back, exhale, lift, lower, and curl. Driving up. Coming back to the center of your mat. I'm going to come back into some more lateral dynamic moves. We're going to start just with that lateral bound side to side, but we've got the weights here, so that's challenging a little bit more of that stability through your upper body. So it's just a little, think about it as a little kind of sweep with that arm, but really focus on driving through those legs. Exhale, press through the outside edge of that foot. Okay, breathing, breathing. Really light on those feet. Make sure that weight is back in the back of your hips. If you're feeling good, make that jump wider and make it a bit bigger. Imagine you're jumping over a little log that's between your legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back. Give those shoulders a few quick rolls. Back and forward. Then we're going to come slowly down onto the mat. Whatever feels comfortable in terms of you getting down here. And we're going to come down to kneel to begin. So we're going to do some thigh stretch. So this is really activating through that posterior part of your body here. So your hamstrings, your glutes, and really working through those abs. So you're going to do a little pelvic curl. Exhale, little reach back. And then inhale, control coming back up. So the position of my spine is never changing. Inhale, back up. You either have your feet flat or toes tucked, whatever feels more comfortable. Exhale, curl. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, reach that glutes alive. Inhale, back up. Feeling that nice opening through the front of your hip and through the front of the side. Should not be pinching anywhere. If it is, stop or make the move a lot shorter. Shift back and up. 2 more times. I like to switch the movement with my feet because it feels good. Getting a little bit of movement both ways through my ankle joint. Last one. Shift back, up, and relax. All right, I'm going to put one weight to the side and we grab on to one weight. I've got it in my right hand here. We're going to reach that left leg straight back behind you. Make sure that other weight is not in the way. Plant under that left armpit. We're going to do some lateral reaching. So only go the distance that you feel you can keep that control in through your shoulder and your hip. So we're going to lift, exhale, tap out to the side, reach it, tap it forward, and again, exhale, tap out to the side. So this is really working through those obliques, really challenging your core and shoulder stability. All body working. Exhale, tap out laterally, inhale, exhale, draw it back to center. Exhale, tap out laterally, exhale, draw back to center. I can really feel my obliques working, as well as that glute on that right side, my stabilizing side. And back, same thing. If this is feeling uncomfortable in your shoulder, ditch the weight. It's still a great movement without the weight. Last one. Slide that hand and foot in. And then we're going to come back with that arm and reach back with that leg. I want you to flex through your heel this time. And we're going to pulse that pinky up and pulse that heel up as you sit back into that right hip. Pulse, 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 pulse. Spine is still, no movement through that spine. We're controlling through those deep abdominals. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Press through that heel. 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Quick cat-cow. Lift up through that mid-back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Gentle extension one more time. Curling up through that spine. Take a deep breath in between those shoulder blades. And exhale, release, extend. Okay, we're going to go on to the other side. So that right leg out is reaching backwards, stabilizing through that left hip. Exhale, tap out to the side. Inhale. And again, exhale, tap laterally. Inhale, reach the center. Exhale, tap out. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tap out. Steady through those shoulders. Both shoulders are working hard. Both hips are working. Exhale, tap out to the side. Exhale, tap back. Abs should be really feeling this. Exhale, tap out to the side. Exhale, tap back. Ditch the weight if you need. Exhale, tap out to the side. Exhale, tap back. 2 more. Exhale, tap out to the side. Exhale, tap back. Last one. Exhale, tap out to the side. Exhale, tap back. Slide in. And then we're going to go that same again. We're going to reach that pinky back, pinky up to the ceiling, ground it under that right shoulder, flex through that right heel. We're going to do little pulses. Glutes, lifting that right leg. Spine is still pulsing up. Triceps alive. Pulse. 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Pop that weight down. Bring your hands out. Sit back into a quick shell stretch or child's pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull your palms towards you. Spinal wave to come back up. Curling up through that spine. Releasing at the top. Right hand forward. Thread that left hand under you. Reach those hips up to the ceiling. Let that head come down onto the mat. Breathe into that left shoulder. One more breath. Press through that left hand, right hand, sorry. Left hand, switch, wrapping through with that right hand, relaxing down. Breathing into that right shoulder blade. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Slowly unwinding, Coming back up. Forming onto your sit bones. Have the weights handy so you can grab them right near your shoulder. And then use your hands to walk down your thighs with control, nice and slowly, all the way down. And then we're going to come and grab those weights. We're going to start with bent knees. Heels pretty close in towards your glutes, don't have them too far away. Hands pointed straight up to the ceiling. Make sure we're not back a little forward so they're kind of in line with your chest. We're going to exhale, lift, plant through that left leg, reach, kick those right toes up to the ceiling. Lower, tap your tailbone down. Exhale, lift, kick, lower, and tap. So keeping those knees hip width apart the whole time, and tap. Now we're going to add the arms. We're going to press and kick and lower. Don't rest those elbows down on the floor. Kick, inhale, tap. Exhale, kick, inhale, tap. Exhale, kick, inhale, tap. Exhale, kick, inhale, tap. Little diagonal press with those weights. 4, and tap. And 3, and tap. And 2, and tap. And last one, and tap. Coming down, bring those weights back up. Palms are facing you now. You're going to exhale, one knee up and then the other knee up into tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reach that arm and leg back as far as you can. Keep that control through your spine. So we're not lifting or arching. Exhale, reach. Inhale, glide back in with control. Exhale, reaching on that diagonal. Inhale, gliding back in. Exhale, reach. Inhale, gliding back in. Same thing. If this is challenging, too much with the weights, just ditch them. It's still a great exercise without the weights. 2, and drawing in. And last one, and drawing in. If you're feeling a little grippy in your hip flexors, bring your feet down. Otherwise, you can stay up and shut in tabletop. And then we're going to go down on the same side. We're going to do a tricep extension. So keep that elbow lifted to the ceiling, press up, and then switch. Keep that elbow lifted. Exhale, press. Inhale, tap. So we're tapping heels or toes down, whatever feels more comfortable. Same thing, keep that control through your core. If you're the further out you go, the more challenging it's going to be because we're lengthening that lever. So keep those heels in close towards your glutes to keep that control. 4, 3, 2, last one, and slowly control, lowering down. Take a deep breath in for me. We're going to exhale, press those pinkies down to the floor, pressing those weights down as you curl up through your spine. Holding there, press those weights down, so triceps are alive, holding and breathing, really press those feet into the floor and drive those heels towards your butt a little. Feel more of that connection through those glutes, holding and breathing, pressing those weights down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down, releasing into your tailbone. Bring your soles of your feet together and knees apart. We're coming into a butterfly stretch. Now bent knees, you can inhale, tricep extension back, so weights are coming by either ear. Exhale, press those weights up to the ceiling. Glue your knees together, glue the inside edges of your feet together. Press those weights down and now curl through your spine. Articulate through that spine, reach up. Inhale, shift those knees forward, so it'll slide your shoulders forward a little. Now exhale, roll down through your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Release into those hips. Same thing again, reach those arms up. Soles of those feet together, coming into that butterfly stretch. Elbows bend back, inhale. Keeping that ribs and spine really steady. Up. Press the inside edges of those knees, press the inside edges of your feet and knees together. Press, press, press. Curl up, press those pinkies into the floor. Reach those knees forward. Roll back down through your spine. Really think about getting that movement through your spine as you're doing this. Soles of your feet together. Opening up through those hips. Slowly control those weights back down by either side of your ears. Push them back up. Press those knees together. Keep them glued together. Press those weights down. Curl through that spine. Lifting up. Shift forward. And then roll back down. Releasing into that hip. Pop the weights to one side. Rolling onto your side. Coming back up. Finishing with a little bit of kneeling, hip mobilization with a little extra arms. Bring your right foot forward, slightly out to the side, so we're not right in the center yet. And we're going to glide back into that hip. And then you're going to exhale, press and reach. If that feels uncomfortable in your shoulder, just press up, pulsing up with that bent elbow. Sit back into that hip. Exhale, press and reach. So really opening up through that left hip as we're coming up. Sitting back, driving up. Sitting back, driving up. Sitting back, driving up. One more time, sit back, drive up. Now we're going to come forward, more straight. So now we're going to sit back into that hip. Exhale, pulse up. Sit back into that hip. Exhale, pulse. So keeping those elbows bent. Drive those elbows back. Reach them up. Two more, drive those elbows back, reach them up. One more, drive those elbows back, reach them up. Right out to the side for me, coming down. Just keep those weights there off to the side. We're just gonna do a little bit of shifting back and coming forward, shifting back. So right into the back of that hip. We're not shifting through your tailbone. You're just gliding back into those sit bones. And then we're going to grab onto one weight, and then we're going to come onto your side. Reaching up. We're going to tricep, press that weight towards your ears. Bicep, tricep presses the weight up. Got palm facing away from you. And now we're going to add the leg. So as you press up, you're going to reach that leg up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, extend. Inhale, tap. Exhale, extend. Inhale, tap. Exhale, extend. Inhale, tap. Exhale, extend. Really challenging that lateral stability. So good for all of us. One more. Now we're going to reach that weight under. If this is too much with the weight, ditch the weight. And then we're going to glide it up and reach. Wrap under, inhale. Glide up and reach. Two more, wrap under, inhale, glide up, reach. One more, wrap under, inhale, glide up, reach. Slide that knee in, and then we're going to grab the other weight. We're going to come onto that left side now. So out to the side a little, not too far, and then we're going to sit into that hip. Exhale, reach that weight up, gliding back. Exhale, reach, and we're opening up the front of that right hip. Should feel good. And then as we're shifting back, we're opening up into that hamstring and back of that left hip. Keeping that spine in the same position, so we're not tucking our butt under while we're doing this. We're keeping that nice neutral spine, so that natural curve in your low back, you want to keep it there. Last two. Last one. Coming straight ahead. Keeping those elbows bent 90 degrees, you're going to shift back, exhale, come forward. Inhale, shift back, exhale, come forward. Opening the back of that left hip, opening the front of that right hip. 3, strong through those arms. 2, last one. Coming down, bring that left foot straight out to the side, just pop those weights in front of you. Hands planted on the mat. Now sit back into the back of those hips and coming forward. Really nice. Feel like a really good stretch down through those inner thighs into that inner hip. And 2, up, last one, and up. Then grabbing one weight, we're going to come into that side position. Lifted under that right side of your body. We're going to do that tricep press and extend. Tops of the shoulders relaxed. Then we're going to add the leg. You're going to bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, tap. Exhale, reach. Inhale, tap. Exhale, reach. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Then we're going to wrap under. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Remember, ditch the weight if you need to, and lift. Inhale, wrap under. Reach and lift. Inhale, wrap under. Reach and lift. One more time. Inhale, wrap under. Exhale, lift and lift. Sliding under. Coming through. Weights off to the side. Just bring your right knee forward, left knee back. We're just going to walk out into a stretch. Take a few deep breaths, let everything relax here. Then we're going to press up a little, pressing into those hands. Exhale, lift that back knee, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. One more time. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. If you can't lift it, just think about doing it. Practice, practice. Took me a while to get there with that one. Glide that left foot around the outside of your right knee and sink that left hip, down into the mat. Opening up through those hips. Supporting yourself with your hands. Now grab on with that right elbow and just gently glide that left knee towards you without lifting that hip up off the mat. And then if it feels good, you can start to rotate around. Tops of the shoulders relax. Think about really keeping that elongated tall spine. Take some nice deep breaths. And then slowly unwind. And then we're going to go on to the other side. So left knee's forward, right knee is back behind you in that kind of deep breaths. Two more breaths. One more breath. Pressing up, pressing into those hands. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 3 and lower. 2 and lower. Last one and lower. Swing that right foot around in front of that left knee. And then we're going to glide and sink down into that right hip. Relaxing into both those hips. Keep that right hip grounded. You can start to stretch through that right hip a little bit more by gliding that right knee towards your left shoulder. And then we're going to rotate around. Whatever range feels good. Lift tall through your spine and breathe. Deep breaths. Two more deep breaths. Last one. And then slowly unwinding. Last thing, soles those feet together. Just close your eyes, take a nice couple of deep breaths. Tall those sit bones. Exhale, let all that air out. Inhale, breathe into those ribs. And then exhale, slowly let all that air out. 2 more times, breathe in for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then one more time, just take a few normal breaths. And then last time we're going to breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.